Programming for engineering class. My name is Caden Genrich, and I have written a health fitness calculator. So once we run this GUI, we are prompted with a window here. And basically what it is asking is that it wants your height input, your weight input, and then it'll calculate your total BMI index rating. So let's say you were 5'5", 150 pounds. And your BMI rating is a 24.96, and this box indicates that you're healthy. Let's say you weigh in at 180 pounds. Now this box has changed to a slightly more yellow, and it is overweight now. You're at a 29.95 BMI index. And if we keep growing to 200 pounds, you get into a red obese, and after 200, let's say you went up to 220, you're still at obese. 250, it's severe obese, and it's very dark red. Same goes for if you were underweight. So let's say you were 100 pounds, it prompts you to be underweight. I also coded it so that you're able to mix metric and US systems together. So this is not only accessible for metric and US systems, you can mix them as well. So let's say you know what your height is at 5'5", but your scale is stuck on the kilograms setting. So let's say you weighed in at 60 kilograms because you don't know what the you don't have an access to have the conversion from kilograms to pounds. This will still give you an accurate BMI rating and accurate label. So once you calculate your BMI rating, let's just switch this back to pounds just for convenience and say you weighed 150 pounds, or we can say you weigh 180 pounds, just so we can have a ballpark measurement here of, so you're 5'5", you're 180 pounds, your total BMI is 29.95, you are considered overweight by the BMI rating. So this question prompts, would you like to lose or gain weight? And the possible answer would be lose weight. And these are the increments you can lose weight by. These are the recommended healthy increments per week you should lose weight by. So let's say you're not that much overweight. So let's say you just want to lose half a pound per week. Show expected weight loss. It shows a linear graph starting at the 180 pounds, going down to a 52-week regimen. So it goes for a year. And obviously it can continue after a year, but the limits are set to 1 year of this, and after 1 year of progress, you will weigh 154.5 pounds. And you're able to interact with this graph as well. So if you wanted to check what you would weigh after 26 weeks, you would weigh 167 pounds. The X is obviously weeks, and Y is weight. That pretty much is the entirety of this GUI. I can now explain what the code is. So the code view of this starts with the original calculate button. And if we go back here, this original button manages these top inputs and outputs. So let's scroll up to the original callback. So this is the input variable section. You see we have HI for height input, WI for weight input, and then D0 and D2 are the drop-down values that you could create. So this is the calculation section. So this is if the drop-down value is selected as pounds and inches. This BM stands for the BMI equation is conducted. And this now is a nested loop. This is an if inside of an if nested loop. This is able to provide that if it's underweight, healthy, overweight, obese, or severe obese. So this is the nested loop. So if this calculation, if the BMI rating is under 18.5, you are considered underweight. If it's between 18.5 and 25, that's the healthy rating, so on and so forth for the rest of them. Then we go into another nested loop, and this is able to change the color rating of the output section in the display the underweight or the healthy or the overweight. This displays colors as well. This is just simple. This is like a hex code, and I was just able to calculate, just choose which color you wanted to correspond to which label prompted in the window. So that basically is the code for the beginning section. It applies, there's else if command, so if kilograms or centimeters are selected, this command runs, this equation runs, which is just the metric version of the equation, of the BMI equation, and it's the exact same thing here. It's the exact same code, because it's able to, the BMI rating doesn't change at all between metric and US systems. This is the else if, this is the else if kilograms or inches were selected. And once again, same code for the previous sections. And this is the else if pounds and centimeters are selected. And that is all your possibilities that you could have from the drop-down menus. And once these codes execute, this is the output section. Pretty simple output section. It's just the edit field of the original BMI equation that is in every single of the drop-down codes. So it tells you your BMI value, and then this is the BMI rating value, which is next to this box right here. Displays the label and the color associated with that label. The following code is to it relates to this bottom portion here, which is the plot and these drop-down values. So the input section is just K was the weight input edit field. So K was this section of the GUI. And then W was, would you like to either gain or lose weight? So it was that drop down value. And then H was the how much you would like to change per week. So this was this drop down value. So this drop down value. So you got the drop down value to lose or gain weight, and then this drop down value to lose or gain a selected amount of kilograms or pounds. This, now I do recall it, this K is the actual weight input edit field from the beginning of the graph, and we need that to have a starting point for this graph. So we needed the original weight input. And as we scroll down here, this is the calculation section. So if the drop down gain is selected and the value 0.5 pounds, this vector J is created for J equals weeks. Starts at 0 weeks, ends at 52. Then this vector is created. A for loop is nested inside this if loop to create an x, which is m in this instance, or j in this instance, and then a y. So this gave you two equal vectors. So you would have x, y to plot on the graph. This applies to every single one of these else ifs. So gain 1 pound, gain 0.5 kilogram, gain 1 kilogram, and then same thing is applied to lose. The only difference in these equations is the values here. So gain half pound, 1 pound, half kilo, 1 kilo, and then losing is just simply negative. So negative half, negative 1, negative half, and negative 1. So that was the for loop nested inside of the if else commands. This is the output section of that. This plots it. So that is the associated graph. Plots J, which is X and Y. And then I just did a little line style for a dashed line. And then this is the after 1 year of progress, you will weigh the value of Y of 52, which is 1 year, 52 weeks. The value of that vector of Y of 52 will be what you will weigh after a year. And that corresponds back to this sentence here. That sums up my GUI of the health fitness calculator. I hope you enjoyed.